Hello rodeo fans, I'm Miss Rodeo Colorado 2016, Madeline Mills, and you're watching Colorado Sports Connection.
Today on Colorado Sports Connection, we talk with Miss Rodeo Colorado 2016, Madeline Mills, along with the president of the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo, Mr. Paul Andrews. Colorado Sports Connection starts now. Hello everybody and welcome to Colorado Sports Connection. Well, we're here at the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo, and I have the best job in the world as I get to talk to all the pretty cowgirls. Last time we got to talk to Miss Rodeo America. Now we talk with Miss Rodeo Colorado, Madeline Mills. Well, first of all, congratulations on such a great title.
Thank you.
That has to be such a great honor.
It is. It's a huge honor. So we represent the whole state all year, and this is my first time trying out, so I'm really excited.
Now, take us through the process. What did you have to do to prepare to win such a great title?
Sure. It's a little different than your normal pageant.
Okay.
We have a lot of knowledge-based stuff. So we have a written test that covers equine knowledge, rodeo history. We have really intensive interviews that cover horsemanship, everything from personality to horsemanship, impromptu speaking, you name it, we can do it. But our talent is horsemanship. So what I do is we get on a horse that we've never been on before, and we have to do a pattern, and we're judging our ability to ride that horse.
You know, and I was telling that when we were talking to Catherine, Miss Rodeo America.
Yes.
You know, and I was telling the fans out there, how can we equate that? Well, I was telling them, it's like being a baseball player. And imagine going to a game and you forgot your baseball mitt and you had to borrow one. Is it something like that?
It's pretty similar to that. You just have to be able to get on a horse and kind of read them. Horses have their own personalities, and so you have to be adaptable and be able to get on several different horses.
Now, how long have you been involved with horses and competing in the rodeo?
I've been rodeoing since I was little. I grew up doing National Little Britches Rodeo Association, so youth rodeo is something that's really important to me, and that really taught me my horsemanship skills. I rope, I run barrels, I tied goats, I did a little bit of everything. So I grew up around horses. Now,
when you tell the kids out there too, especially when you're in a sport, and I know especially with horses, you have to have self-discipline because nobody's going to get that horse in shape. Nobody's going to feed that horse right, but like you. Talk about the discipline that also carried on into like education and outside of the rodeo arena.
Sure. Well, like you said, horses take a lot of responsibility. You have to work hard. You have to feed them. You have to maintain them. They're athletes too, so you have to exercise them. One thing that really helped me is they actually paid for my college. So I went to college on a rodeo scholarship, so I had to be able to take care of my horses and also take care of my schooling.
Now, for all the girls out there that want to get involved and maybe one day be Miss Rodeo Colorado, tell the girls out there what they can do to prepare for such a great title.
Sure. Well, for Miss Rodeo Colorado, we have several things. We have a clinic at the beginning of February, which is a great opportunity for girls to come and learn about rodeo queening because it is a unique opportunity. Not many girls get to go out and represent a sport that they're passionate about. We also come to our contest. We have preliminaries on April 9th, and then over Greeley Stampede is when the finals are. So you can watch the girls competing for Miss Rodeo Colorado 2017 compete at the Greeley Stampede.
Now, how old were you when you said to yourself, Mom, Dad, this is what I'm going after?
I've been working at this for 10 years. So the first Miss Rodeo Colorado I saw was in 2006, and I was just in awe of her. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Of course, they have the glitz and glam, but she was so poised and graceful. And I think that was something that caught my attention because I think you should hold yourself to a standard of grace and not perfection. And that was something I noticed about rodeo queens.
And also with the rodeo queens, I've been covering you guys now for, close to 7 years. And what I've noticed is that it's just more than just, riding a horse, and being very pretty and waving to the crowd.
Sure.
I've noticed with all the ladies that you guys take education seriously and that you strive to be not only excellent in the rodeo arena, but outside, to the public. Talk about what that means to you personally.
It's really important to me. I'm actually a broadcasting major, so I had my bachelor's in mass communications and broadcast journalism and then advertising and public relations. And being a rodeo queen, you're essentially a PR agent. So we have to be knowledgeable about the rodeo, about history, pretty much about anything because we get asked all sorts of questions. So we're out in the field. We're the ones who are in front of the cameras or teaching the audience about rodeo.
Now, you said something about broadcasting.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what it was like, to be an anchor.
Well, I was actually a weekend reporter. I went to school in Canyon, Texas at West Texas A&M University. And so for my internship, I worked at Channel 7 News down there. And I learned so much. Not only did I learn how important 3 seconds can be, I also learned how to work a camera and how to write, which is a really important skill to have.
So when you're doing these interviews, are you out there helping the crew, saying, okay, this is what I need you guys to do?
Nope, I trust they know what they're doing.
Now, you're schooling. Okay, are you going to be taking a year off before you go back to school? And I believe you said you want to work on your master's?
I do. So I took a year off. This is pretty much my full-time job right now. And then in December, I'll try out for Miss Rodeo America. So if that goes well, hopefully I'll have another year off. And then I'll go back and get my master's in marketing.
You talk about Miss Rodeo America. Now, I'm going to get you here on camera as well. So I'm going to go out there and say, when you win that title, will you definitely come back next year and be our guest as Miss Rodeo America?
Oh yes, I would love to come back. It's been a dream of mine forever.
And one thing I want you to tell, especially the young kids out there, is stress to them the importance of getting an education.
Sure. Education is important. You need it to go somewhere, and I think it just shows that dedication and hard work. And when you have an education behind you, you can be so successful. You can truly do anything if you have God first and if you work hard.
Those are great. Those are just great words there. Now let's get the audience to get to know you a little bit. So when you're outside of the rodeo arena, what is it that you're sitting there and it's like, what does Madeline Mills like to do for relaxation?
Well, my life pretty much revolves around rodeo. So if I'm not at a rodeo, I'm on my horses, riding them and exercising them. So we don't have a whole lot of downtime, to be honest. We're always taking care of horses.
One of the things. Now this does not surprise me. I got a little story here for you. This does not surprise me that you're Miss Rodeo Colorado. Several years ago, we had a all-around world champion come down to Castle Rock, Colorado. We were doing a team roping clinic, and he got to meet you and your sister. Well, you guys were talking with him for about 5-10 minutes, and the all-around champion, Leo Camarillo.
Yes.
And when you guys left, he came up to me and he said, Daryl, those 2 young ladies right there are very special. They're going to go far in life. He goes, I was really impressed just by talking with them. I mean, those are great words coming from a guy like Leo.
They are. It's really humbling to hear. I mean, he's someone that I've looked up to as a roper and just someone in the rodeo industry. And so, thank you. It's so amazing to hear.
Watching you here these past few weeks, the introduction to you, you come out, you're riding the horse, you're carrying the flag. But there's one moment when the rodeo announcer says, okay, Bronco fans, you're in Bronco country, and you come flying out with the horse carrying that Broncos flag.
Hey, you want to know what makes everybody happy in Denver? This is what makes everybody happy in Denver. The banner of the Denver Broncos. We're in Broncos country. How many of y'all believe?
What's going through your mind at that time?
That is probably one of the most fun flags to run, especially right now since the Broncos are playing today, because the crowd goes absolutely wild and that horse feels it, and you can just feel that horsepower underneath you. They're flying.
And my last question for you, as the ambassador for rodeo, here as Miss Rodeo Colorado, what is one of the goals that you like to accomplish this year with that title?
First off, I'd really just like to radiate Christ first. I think it's good that we can hold ourselves to a standard of grace and not perfection, and I want to show that to young girls and boys out there, actually anyone of any age, because I think it's important. If you hold yourself to a standard of grace, you keep God first, like I said, you can truly achieve anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, the all-around champion, Leo Camarillo, said it right. She is very special. Miss Rodeo Colorado, Madeline Mills. We'll be right back with more Colorado Sports Connection. Well, we're here at the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo, and let me tell you, in the calf roping, the ropes were smoking with world champion Trevor Brazil with his winning score of 7.5. Trevor, take us through that run.
Man, it doesn't matter if you're 6 or 7. It doesn't take long to go through the run because it just seems like everything's reaction. It's the stuff we've practiced at home to get to this situation, and right then you just reaction has to take over. My horse worked great. That calf had a good track record, and I knew I just had to go do my job.
You talk about reaction. I mean, here you are, world champion cowboy, plenty of trophies, but you find out you win the National Western, and you have a smile as big as Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, just seeing the crowd here is enough, because they're playing the championship game over here at Bronco Stadium, and this house is full. I mean, it says a lot for rodeo fans.
You know, and that says a lot about Colorado. Like you said, next door they have a Hall of Fame quarterback in Peyton Manning, and here we have, you know, a Hall of Fame contestant yourself.
Sure.
And are you a big fan of football as well?
Oh, definitely. In between events, I'm in there checking the score. I love sports in general, but definitely football.
You know, now as you make your run to the national finals, talk about how important it is for you personally to compete here at the National Western.
Well, like, the National Western has never done anything but help people win world championships and NFR qualifications. This is a big shot in the arm. You know, we don't have a lot of winter rodeos, but the ones we do have, like Denver and Fort Worth, and those rodeos are huge, you know, to Cowboys' success.
You know, before I let you go, would you tell the rodeo fans out there what they mean to you personally?
Oh man, words can't describe it. You know, just like I said, what people coming out with so many other things going on for competition, for their attention, and coming here, and the guys tuning into this broadcast and all over the world that will come see us perform. I just want to give you a heartfelt thank you, because you guys are what make this industry great.
Rodeo fans, your National Western Stock Show and Rodeo 2016 calf roping champion, Trevor Brazil. Well, we're here at the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo, and let me tell you something, the steer wrestling was exciting. Winning the steer wrestling for 2016, Baylor Roach. Well, first of all, congratulations on your run.
Thank you.
I know it said that you needed a 6.5, and then you come in with a smoking 4.3. Take us through that run.
I knew steer I had, he was in my set earlier in the week. He didn't leave as sharp as some, and supposed to be pretty good on the ground, so I needed to see a little bit more than them other guys seen, and I knew that horse would get me right up his horns and then just do what I had to do to throw him down.
You know, talk about for excitement, the national finals. Yes, you know, it's in December, but this is definitely a nice start.
Yeah, it's a great start. Money in the winter is always good, kind of help pack your momentum coming into the summer. There's a lot more rodeos in the summer, but this is dang sure a good one to win.
Well, it's been a fast 10, 11 days for you, and then you also said you had your first child, what, 2-3 months ago?
Yeah, 3 months ago.
So what are you going to do? How are you going to celebrate when you get home?
I'm going to wake him up and probably have to feed him a bottle or change his diaper. I'm not sure yet.
Rodeo fans, your 2016 National Western Stock Show and Rodeo Steer Wrestling Champion, Baylor Roach. Well, the bareback riding champion at the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo for 2016 is Jake Brown, and he's leaving with a pocket full of money. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank
You know, take us through that ride. I know you needed like, what, a 75 and a half to win,
Yes,
and
sir.
you get the 78.
Yeah, I mean, I'd done so good in the first 2 rounds. I had a little bit of a gap there, and I drew a really good horse really bucks, and I won a trail dust to Calgary Stampedes, and she really bucked and jump kicked across there hard, and I was riding her really good till the end. I got a little behind and screwed her up, but I gritted it out and ended up getting the job done.
You know, when you hear that 78, and now you know you're the champion, what's going through your mind?
Oh, I was so excited. You know, I've never had the year rolling like it is right now. I placed at Odessa already. We got the win here. I mean, it's good. I'm excited, blessed to be here.
You know, as every Cowboys goal is to get to the National Finals Rodeo in December, so would you mind telling the rodeo fans out there how important the National Western is for you?
Oh, it's where it starts, you know, and we got all year long of battling it out, just rodeoing hard, but this right here gets you that first step in there, you know. I mean, now you're that much closer to making the finals. Last year was my first year to make the finals, and being there and not performing like I wanted to, but still had a good time, was blessed, won a go-round out there. It makes me want to go back twice as hard this year. So when I came to Denver this year, I knew it was time to take care of business.
Now, did you hear that, you know, at first there was a Colorado boy leading the bareback riding before you got to ride?
Yeah, I knew there was, but that didn't bother me. I'm here to take care of my business and ride bucking horses.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Brown leaving with a pocket full of money here at the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo. Congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Well, the ropes are flying fast here at the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo as we're with Clay Smith, team roping champion here at the National Western for 2016. Clay, you handle the head and end.
Yes, sir.
You know, take us through that last run that brought you the championship.
We've been here since Thursday and been watching, you know, and kind of seeing steers are kind of got a little, you know, tricky toward the end, and we just knew we just had to make a practice run and I got a great partner. So all I had to do was just catch.
You know, this is a great start for the National Finals Rodeo that takes place in December. So how important was it for you to do well here at the National Western Stock Show?
Oh, it's important. This rodeo is a great rodeo. It pays good, and so this is a big boost in the winter. So I mean, this will set us up for the summer, and hopefully it'll just keep rolling on.
Now, you said you've been here since Thursday. Tell the folks out there, you know, especially the rodeo fans out there, what it is you love about Denver, Colorado.
Oh, I mean, it's all perfs, you know, and it's you know, the crowd's always great and the money's great. So I mean, it's nice. I love it.
You know, you talk to a lot of athletes. Some talk about their nerves, you know, and some say they get nervous, some don't. Was there any nervousness going on for you prior to this, you know, competition?
I think it's just kind of more like anxious, you know. I'm just kind of ready to rope, and after we seen how it kind of turned out, we knew it was just kind of a practice run, so it wasn't, you know, it wasn't too much. It really wasn't too much pressure, just because we knew just how it turned out. It just kind of more misfortune for some guys, and we had a little bit of a advantage, you know, going last, and so we knew what we had to do, and so no, I mean, we've roped together so much that we've got a lot of confidence in each other, so it makes it not so pressure, not too much pressure.
Roping fast in the Mile High City, it's Clay Smith, your team roping champion here at the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo 2016. Welcome back to Colorado Sports Connection. We're here at the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo, and we're talking with the president of the show, Mr. Paul Andrews. Well, Paul, first of all, I want to start out saying congratulations, because the attendance for the stock show, the 110th National Western, has been outstanding. Your thoughts?
This has been absolutely one of our best years ever. We're going to end up more than 670,000. I'm not exactly sure till tomorrow where we're going to finally be, but what an amazing number. It shows the passion people have for both the National Western Stock Show, kids programming, adult programming. There's something for everyone here, and it shows in our attendance.
You know, and I think the rodeo fans out there and the National Western fans, they appreciate what the National Western is doing. You have a free day, and then I believe today, the last show, is a Fan Appreciation Day.
Correct. So today, everyone gets in for $10, and then if you're wearing your Bronco orange, take another $2 off that. So it's almost free if you think about it. And in fact, we do have a free day. This year it was sponsored by Visit Denver and the National Western Stock Show together. So there's no reason why everyone in this great state shouldn't be out here enjoying the National Western at some point in our 16 days.
You know, and they're definitely taking advantage of this. And because I also saw, I believe on a press release, that it was the National Western saying, thank you, Denver, for what you've done, and especially for the votes that they provided everybody.
Yeah, this year's been a historic year for us. The year I'm talking about was the preceding 12 months. In 2015, they passed a bond initiative, 2C, that will provide, along with some legislative funds, over $1 billion to redevelop this entire area. The areas around the river, the complex will get completely redeveloped, and it will be something to see. In fact, it will become a 365-day-a-year agricultural education facility that celebrates competition and entertainment at the same time, and it is going to be the most unique place on planet Earth.
Now, when you say, you know, other events that will be coming, what other events besides rodeo will be here throughout the years?
Well, you can, you know, besides PBR bull riding, those sort of things that are all going to be there, you know, there'll be an education component to the National Western Center that does not exist today. With partners like Colorado State University, you know, we can show K through 12 education through them with how kids can see the insides of a cow in real live time and those sort of things. Also, think through trying to solve the problem of feeding 9 billion people by the year 2050. Those are food production things that can happen on site that could never have happened before. You can also have many, many traveling shows across the country, horse shows of galore. I mean, we will have the most celebrated horse facility again in the United States, I dare say North America. So there's so much additional programming that can come that we just can't get today.
You know, you're talking about the kids and all the excitement that the National Western provides. The grand champion steer, I believe over at the Brown Palace.
Yes.
I mean, I believe it was sold for a record number this year?
Yeah, it was the second highest all time,
okay.
But certainly in the last few years, $117,000 The great leaders from Ames Construction bought that animal again this year because they know that the vast majority of that money goes directly to that student that raised that animal this last year. I took that animal all year and made it into a champion, and that kid will use it for college education, and then the remainder, it doesn't go to them, goes basically to our scholarship trust, and that supports 80 students that are studying across Colorado, mainly at Colorado State University because they are the leader in agriculture, and others in the University of Wyoming. So lots to be celebrated.
For the young kids out there that maybe want to get their hands on that scholarship, what can they do to find out more to get involved with the National Western and maybe one day be the lucky recipient of a scholarship?
You bet. All that information is on nationalwestern.com. The students can read through what do they got to do. But basically, you have to have an association with us in some part of your life between now and when you turn 18. You could be a volunteer in our program, you could show cattle here, you could show horses here. There's many opportunities to get involved with the National Western. Once you've done that, then you apply at the schools for the scholarships that we give out, and we have the schools do the process of interviewing the students and awarding them.
The rodeo is also a big part here at the National Western, and every year I talk to you, it's always something new and exciting. And one of the things I read about is going to be the new rodeo arena. I believe 10,000 seating capacity, along with 40 suites.
That's correct. So this, when we redevelop with the National Western Center, this new arena will become really one of the most celebrated, right-sized rodeo arenas in the country, with 10,000 seats, electric atmosphere, 40 suites, which is exactly 40 more than we have today. And so we're really excited about both the entertainment level that will bring and the you think about companies that want to entertain right now, it's a little difficult for them to not have a suite environment there, and we're going to be able to provide that.
I can just hear the passion in your voice, that you have for the National Western. Will you tell the audience out there what it is that you love about seeing the National Western just take new heights in the upcoming years?
Well, this is such a storied institution. If you think about it, this institution, starting in 1906, was founded on education and agriculture, and we need to keep that going. We need to keep the Western values going that we all share in Colorado, and certainly Denver's the best place to do that as the home city. And so really the National Western brand is more than just livestock and rodeo and horse shows and trade show. Those are all fun things, but education, teaching our youth the value of working hard and responsibility, that's what we're about. And we just want to keep that going for the next 100 years, and I'm glad to say that's going to happen.
You talk about the big changes, and you can tell the people are coming out here to support you because here we are, Broncos country. The Broncos are having great success. The National Western is having great success. I mean, it's a great time to be in Colorado right now. And how much do you appreciate the rodeo fans and the National Western fans coming out, especially with all this Broncos success going on as well?
Well, it just really shows you there's something for everyone out here. And listen, our staff, me, I'm a huge Bronco fan. I was born and raised here. So we all love it when they win, and we want them to go to the Super Bowl and hopefully win the Super Bowl. But whatever happens, and we're just excited that people still will come out here and enjoy the presentation that we have. Our rodeos are second to none. Our horse shows are second to none. Shopping in our trade show and the eating experience you can get. And then, as you know, Daryl, we are the Super Bowl of livestock shows. The most prestigious show in the country happens in Denver every January.
Definitely a great show. Before I let you go, what would you like to tell the Colorado fans out there how much you appreciate them for supporting the National Western?
Well, 680,000 plus people coming in January the last 2 years. We can't do it without you. We cannot survive without both the volunteers that we have and the staff that we have, as well as all of you coming to this great show. So my hat is off. My hat is off to you, Colorado and Denver. Thank you for helping us celebrate education and agriculture.
Ladies and gentlemen, I said it once and I'll say it again. Colorado definitely has a great cowboy leading us here at the National Western. The president of the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo, Mr. Paul Andrews. Thank you very much for all you do.
Thanks for having me, Daryl. Thank you.